turned into, you know? Like, I mean, there's really been some blood, sweat, and tears put into this event. So it's so exciting to have this kind of really kicking us back off.
Okay, so she's getting ready to go into the start box.
Yep. She's probably got about a 20-second countdown now.
1 minute?
Or 1 minute.
Oh, it was 45 seconds. Now
I know, time
there
is
was a little
reversing.
bit of, you know, excitement there at the start, and she now has 1 minute. There are so many people, so many of the riders that are riding multiple horses. It's really crazy. Just to take a rundown, the 2 riders that have 7 horses apiece are Will Coleman and Buck Davidson, and Philip Dutton has 7 with his horses plus boys. So it's a busy
wild.
day for these guys.
Yeah, yeah. If you think about it, on a normal day, though, these guys are probably riding 10 to 12 horses a day. But add that to the pressure of a competition and having to walk all the courses and the outfit changes. I mean, from having to do the dressage and then run out and go cross country, it's a lot of shifts in attire and in your mental game.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
And off she goes on this lovely gray 11-year-old.
And this horse looks like it's owned by Jessica Bortner-Harris, who has also been a top advanced competitor that has been around the grades for a while. So I'm sure she's watching at home. Or maybe she's here, actually. The owners are allowed to come and watch, and the sponsors as well. So,
yeah, there's only, I think there's 2 owners per horse, a groom and a rider, and that's it. Only other people you're going to see out here are the volunteers. A little bit up in the air over the 3rd. I think that she's starting the way David, my husband, has designed. Yeah, that guy. He's the course designer, and the way he always feels is that he wants the horses to get a good rhythm. Then coming up for their first combination, he chooses a nice big wide oxer, open oxer, bending 3 to a little bit of a narrow out. She's quite good there. She's a very athletic rider, and she's fit as a fiddle.
yeah, and this horse looks like it has heaps of scope, and it's jumping and it's gallop. So I'm sure she's ready to just turn it loose here in a second.
What a lovely shape he makes,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Look at that. Talk
now
about
she gets
scope.
yeah,
He's oozing scope. Now
Now
she's picking up the gallop. She's probably had a look at her clock and realizes that first minute's pretty busy.
Yeah, it's very busy. I was just thinking the same thing. I just got in last night, so I haven't got a chance to get out of the course.
There, she's in a good rhythm.
But these riders have calculated I'm sure they realize that the first minute or so is going to be a bit slow, and then they're trying to find the time here that they can let the gallop open up and get the horses cruising around. You know, most of these horses are just getting their breakfast at this time.
Exactly. So she, from August last year, from this competition last year, she has had no cross-country faults with this horse. Now, that is not like touch wood, right?
Did you just knock on your own head?
Yeah, exactly. That's where the wood is. This is a lovely hedge, and then you have to have a bending line to a left-handed corner.
Whoop.
It's good there. And then another
Yeah, this
left-hand
horse
corner.
looks very brave, but he does look like she has to really set him up. You could see he kind of came up to the top of the hill and wasn't quite sure where he was going, and whether that's the shadowing or whatnot when you come up there. She kind of had to really guide him between the lines, and he answered her questions, but he looks like he does take a little bit of prep.
He looks like he gets quite strong in the final steps before the jump and gets quite up in his head and stealing the distance a little bit. She's got a great eye. That's a really fun jump to jump.
Yeah.
You land on sloping ground, so the horses really kick up over that. Now we're in the back loop coming up the hill. And this is always, actually they go way out in the back for the long format.
Oh, and here is Sharon on this beautiful horse. And I believe Sharon is the leader in the clubhouse.
Yes, she is.
And this is a lovely horse. Again, I've kind of started watching this horse last year. I think this time last year I saw the horse here, and it's just a really, really scopy, a beautiful horse. And Sharon's, again, an out-and-out cross-country rider.
She also looks like she's starting out a little bit slow. It'll be really interesting to see how these two first competitors, who are very competitive. I know Sharon wants to win, and Kimmy lives to win. She breathes competition, and we'll see how their times are.
I'll let you know in 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's looking like both these first horses are big, powerful, strong horses. So really important to set the tone in the beginning. And you can see David has you come out of the box and kind of roll back around, you know, almost on a 90-degree rollback turn. So you can't really get cruising out of the box until you get this first little bit done.
Well, last year, this level, no one made the time, and the closest one, in fact, was Kimmy. And
on her other horse.
So she certainly does know how that works.
Yeah.
And they're really getting a lot of airtime over that vertical. It's really great.
Maybe we're getting a
great for
bit
us to
spoiled
watch.
with some scopy horses the first little bit. But again, the shadows look like they might play a little factor here. And both these horses look incredibly careful. But they don't see that hedge around the turn, so they really have to listen to their riders.
So evolution of horses going all the way up to the highest level, I think the riders, they must make the preparation for whatever the jump is, for whatever the exercise is. And the balance for the horse in the gallop is quite on the forehand, obviously, because their center of gravity is forward, but you can't jump out of that balance. So the riders have to change that balance to a more uphill balance to be ready for whatever the exercise is. The speed to the jump is based a lot on what's behind the first fence. If there's nothing, then you can keep your speed all the way. But if there's a turning element, or as Sharon's coming into the hedges with the corners, she has to balance. And even in this turn now, she's got to get straight. She's got to slow it down a little bit. And she catches that off a beautiful
Yeah, that was
distance.
beautiful. That was she was really confident on her line there.
And we're looking at Kimmy in the bottom square. Oh, now she's on full screen. And she's, oh my goodness. This is one brave little monkey, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you know, and he looks very strong, but she addresses that strength in his body by a quietness and a stillness, and definitely doesn't get into a tug of war with him, because we know that doesn't work.
No. Whoa, bit of a long shot there.
He's getting longer, isn't he? And
Yeah.
so now look how long his gallop is, and that's having ridden a lot of horses that do that are very just physically they can break the machines in the gym. They don't have weights enough for them. And you have to be so careful that you create the balance at the end. The long format, it's over 8 minutes, and so the horses start to get a little bit tired.
Yeah.
And there's quite a lot of terrain here. And she's coming down the hill, back into the race course.
Yeah, and he looks like he's picked up steam a bit coming down the hill.
Right, and now she has to fight a little bit more for the balance. Boy, he's a lofty guy. Look how quiet she is. Yeah, good boy, that's it. That's fine, let's go. She doesn't seem worried about the time.
No, I think it looks like she's going to have a good, confident round around here. He's looking like he's getting a little tired, and she knows she's got to just, present everything to the best of her ability, because he looks like whatever she puts in front of him, he's going to do. So it's important that she presents it in a way that he's capable to do it.
And she's very fortunate or gifted that she sees such a beautiful distance based on what she needs to see. She makes the jump what she wants it to be. She doesn't just end up on a distance.
So here we have Claire Robinson and Pretty Like Me. So she's right at the beginning of the track.
Over the hanging log. They're really jumping the beginning of the course super.
Yep, and this is a thoroughbred gelding. Oh, sorry, this is a thoroughbred mare. So it's nice to see a blood mare out there. This would be a little bit different from our first two horses. You can see as she gets a little closer, we can see she's got, it looks like quite a bit. So we might have another bit of a strong one, although he looks like he's actually just cantering along. So
There's